Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the water rocket simulation software. I've got my simulation Word document open up. If you haven't done that yet, go ahead and open that up as well. And then you can go ahead and click on the link to open up the website for the simulation. If I hold Control and then left click, it will open up the software. Alright, so in this software, what we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be launching some water rockets, and we want to make sure that the only thing that we're changing once we set everything up is the percentage of water that is inside of the bottle. So since we're going to be changing the percent of water that's inside of the bottle, what I want you to do is make a prediction first for number 2 on the effect the amount of water is going to have on the distance that the rocket will travel. So go ahead and make a prediction, and then we'll go through the next steps. I'm going to go, and since I'm launching with a 2-liter bottle, I'm going to leave it at 2 liters. You can select if you want a nose cone or not, but once you make that selection, you need to leave it like that. So don't change anything except the percentage of water that you use in the rocket. So choose a nose cone or no nose cone, and then click Prepare to Launch. Alright, so once I'm here, the only thing I want to mess with of these values right now is the percent filled. The default right now is 35% filled. I can change that value and try out different percents. Remember, your goal is to find the ideal percent to fill your bottle with water in order to achieve the maximum altitude. So I'm going to go ahead and try out a percent, and I'm going to launch it, and I'm going to try out another percent and launch it again, and see what impact that has. If I end up with an improvement, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. If it ends up getting worse, then I may want to change the percent in the other direction. So let's go ahead and give it a try first. So let's do 50% and hit launch. Alright, after I hit launch, it's going to take a little while. It does a little countdown here from 10, 9, 8. Goes through the launch sequence just like an actual spatial would or a rocket. Alright, and then it launches. One important thing to notice is ignore the floor markers here. They aren't very accurate. Really what you want to record and look at the most is this flight report. And I'm going to record this on my data table. That gives me my altitude, which is the height the rocket flew, and then the velocity as well. So I'm going to record these values down. Trial 1, I chose 50% for my water in the bottle. I ended up at 33 meters from my altitude, and then my velocity I ended up at 43 meters per second. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and try another percent. So I'm going to decide maybe I think that putting more water in would be a good idea, then I go to 55%, or maybe if I think less water would be a good idea, maybe I choose like 40% or something. But go ahead and just kind of try different values. If you see improvement, keep trying to narrow it down. If it actually ends up getting a little bit worse, you might want to go in the opposite direction. So I'd hit launch again, let it load up. I want to leave everything the same as it was before, so if you did no nose cone, make sure you deselect that, and then go ahead and try a different percent. So maybe this time I'll try 35%, and then I'll hit launch, and I'll just go ahead and record those values down. Once I've done 5 launches, if I think I've narrowed my value down after 5 launches and I've figured out what the best percentage of water is going to be to get the best altitude, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to list that down and say what my ideal percent is going to be and why I think that is the best percentage. You're welcome to do more than 5 trials if you need to, if you want to narrow it down further. This is going to be a tool that you're going to be using in order to determine how much water to put in your water rocket.